Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, hello and welcome. The notorious CANADA is with me, along with fellow Team SNES member Eren Valentine. We are back with some more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Hello Rayn, hello Eren. Eren? You're not actually hearing yourself? Huh. Let me see. Let me try this. Looks like it updated.
Okay, now are we coming through? Oh shit!
What?
Oh shit! What?
That is such an echo.
I can't access my Twitch account.
Uh-oh.
I put a two-factor authentication on there, and I'm locked out of my authentication.
Oh no.
Oh man. Oh, I hate my life. I remembered 14, but I didn't remember Twitch, and I didn't remember Steam. Oh no! Let me in.
Well. Okay, so Eren's issues aside, we are back with more Final Fantasy XIV. We are going to attempt to get through the entirety of the 84 quest line. I've done my research. There's 10 story quests, no dungeons, no trials. And we're going to try and do them fairly quickly as we are working with about 3.5 hours till Rayn has to leave us. So, so hopefully we will be able to get through all this. We're not going to waste too much time. Most I can do for the echo is I can try and turn that down just a little bit more and see if that actually helps. So, anyway, we'll go ahead and flip this over. Boom.
Boy.
Have Eren say something because I'm not hearing it with others.
Hello?
All right,
Hi.
do you hear her now? She said hi, so did you hear her?
I'm gonna say probably not.
Well, she's got to type out a message, a response,
that's fair.
so...
That's fair.
Did you hear her at all that time, Mama Strife?
How about now?
I know I'm hearing Eren.
Welcome back, Eren Valentine. Okay, well, you haven't sent the frickin' thing to my email.
Okay, alright,
Okay, we're good.
she says everything is good. Okay, so without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get into this because we are working on a bit of a time crunch, so... we left off on the moon after defeating Zodiark. Which was interesting because I figured he was going to be the endgame boss. And boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, we all were.
Alright,
Do this old-fashioned way.
so for the sake of time, I am going to go ahead and ride my motorcycle over there.
Oh, lucky you. I don't have a motorcycle.
Well, you ride a mount anyway, so take your pick.
Yeah. I got a Porksy.
Here, piggy.
Guess I'll access Twitch on my laptop.
Alright. In Shadow's wake. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surroundings is in order. I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. Oh boy. Yeah, so we failed to stop Zodiark from returning, but we kicked his ass. Oh, and Fandaniel's not around anymore, apparently.
We hope. Assholes have a tendency to come back.
Yeah, Asian's gonna Asian. I still love this place. I'm so glad I set this as my home point.
This is pretty awesome.
I wish I could fly.
So do I. The only place I can fly is Garlemald right now.
Well, look at you. I can't even fly in Garlemald because, well, me and SideQuest don't get along.
Well, do your fucking side quest, Eren. You have no one to blame, but yourself for that.
I mean, I guess so.
Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the Tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryle hath also been delivered unto their care. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alizé, they insist on remaining in Garlemald while we three rush to your aid. It appears, however, that matters have already come to a conclusion. By what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? And is this the ally whom Heidelin bade you seek out? He is not unlike the Shades of Amarot. Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Heidelin together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark, or rather, it was my duty. Yeah, about that. Let me explain.
Let me explain.
Comes back and their jaws are all dropped. What? Then Zodiark is no more? Yeah. And not without consequence, I am afraid. For now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. If you mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... are you alright? My attempts to forestall Zodiark's relief have all but exhausted my strength. If you might allow me to rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Please do, you need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? I shall leave that to you, Strife, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystal on these lower levels. Yay, more reading! Oh, you motherfuckers! You're just gonna sit down here on the bottom floor and you're gonna make me look at all the top floor ones? You bastards! Whatever happened to teamwork makes the dream work, yo! Motherfuckers. Well, there's Thancred. There's Oriange. As you gaze on the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiark flows through your mind. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected, no abnormalities detected, no abnormalities detected. There appear to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon dating back to the beginning of Zodiac's imprisonment.
I fell down.
How did you fall?
I don't know. 1 second I was standing there, the next minute I fell.
As you gaze on the crystal, knowledge of the past calamities flows through your mind. Records describe how, with each rejoining, Zodiac's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brands. Maintaining Zodiac's imprisonment appeared to tax Heidelin greatly. As you gaze on the crystal, knowledge of rejoinings flow through your mind. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiac broke free of his prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly within the Loporits, though it is not clear who or what they are. Unexpected visitor. The records note the Watcher's musings when Elidibus is spotted on the moon, though clearly not for the first time. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiac from his prison, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brands. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until the final rejoining. Perhaps they realize we would never dare bring harm to Zodiac so long as he remains imprisoned. And now we talk to Mommy Y'shtola. Did you learn anything of import? So as we suspected, maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus, and this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. So Heidelin created the moon, holy shit. Heidelin is God.
Well, yeah.
Just staring. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiac and his imprisonment. But perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world, Aetheris. Or... Theris? Aetheris?
Aethers, seems like.
One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where the next corruption would manifest. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of a celestial nature, which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution is not consistent. The Convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of aether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac herself, and the star into lesser reflections, that she might confine him in this place. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. Then what she told me in the ethereal sea was false? That the two once dwelled as one until Zodiac grew hungry for power, upsetting the balance twixt them. Not quite a lie, though a rather gross embellishment. But knowing what you know now, you must surely realize why she might opt to obfuscate and mislead. Hydaelyn and Zodiac are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own perfections. Zodiac was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Etheris's population. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the Brens taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Etheris and her history. Like Zodiac, Heidel's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. Ah, it is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. A beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her powers was not obsolete. Indeed, absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Etheris to a safe harbor. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them and fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. Oh boy. So is this like a fake moon, or is this like the legit moon that just serves a greater purpose than just lighting up the sky at night?
Good question.
Oh, wait. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Still not better than my relic. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed. However, let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of Aether has affected him. Let us make for the Crushing Brand, and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in service to Heidelman's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? My knees! Oh!
I feel bad for my doggo's knees. Legs? Wait. Do dogs have knees?
Are they setting up for a world of ruin like they get in another Final Fantasy? I mean, I guess no, because I don't think Sev would have been able to keep that to himself. I really don't.
I don't think we can go up that. Oh, wait, you found a path?
Yeah, there's a path there. It's the same way we
I
took.
forgot about that.
Remember, instead retrace our steps that we took with Argos the first time, and this is where he brought us. Plus, I've been doing enough hunts, the hunts that I can up here, that it's kind of hard to forget this path.
I've been here the one time, because me and Hunts don't get along either.
Oh, I love doing hunts.
I know you do.
Hey, man, I can't say no to the EXP, man. You go up here, kill 2 enemies, and you end up with 200k for your work.
Just do dungeons because they're faster. I'm impatient. You're patient.
Okay, I understand that, but all I have to do is come up to this place, kill 2 enemies, and I make about as much as you would get for a freaking 50, 60, 70, 80 roulette. The place we seek is just ahead at
Scott. Whoa, what the fuck?
Chlorophoscot Grot?
Scott.
Chlorophorus Grot.
No.
You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient aether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me.
A word I couldn't freaking figure out.
Can we just
Damn.
call it chloroform?
Sure.
All right, we're going to chloroform.
Sure.
Who are we going to
You
chloroform?
can call it chloroform, I guess.
We're gonna chloroform the Weeper.
Okay. Working on my chloroform. It just takes a minute to kick in. They gotta breathe it in deep. Alright, he's all tuckered out. I will say, I really love the sound effect of a Broil 4. Just that pop when it explodes. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongoi?
I guess.
Spongoi draw aether from the ground, which is then dispersed into the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the Spongoi along? This is like freaking. This is like giving aether to freaking Alice so she can use her porksy to freaking cleanse
right?
people. God, I'm just giving my energy to fucking everyone.
Yep.
People of Earth, lend me your energy. Fuck you, bastard. Lend me yours. Hi, puppy. Oh, you're just a happy little puppy. Argo manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. The most fascinating creation of Heidelman's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. You're a big old doggy. As for your companions... Oh my! There's so many doggies! Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. A cat riding a dog. I believe we're all ready.
I was literally just thinking the same thing.
Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. Everybody gets an Argos. You get an Argos, and you get an Argos, and you get an Argos! We'll clear the way for you, Eren. You won't have to deal any monsters when you come back out, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay.
We'll
I
get
mean,
rid. We'll reap the weepers for you.
Just gonna have to call Twitch. Print.
Sidtook finally started streaming Endwalker last night.
Oh.
So, I don't know how far he got or where exactly he started, because he had been streaming for like 4+ hours and he was working for Labyrinthos for the first time, so I don't know how far he got exactly. I'm really hoping he met Alphino and Alizé's mother. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argo's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to arouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. He got to the part where the elephant needed to teach him how to sell, and he failed. Ow! Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose that 2 of us cross first, while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Yeah, I love that one! I love that one! I suggest that 2 of us, or no, the 2 of us cross first. Okay, I was gonna say, you just said 2 of us and then and volunteered Thancred and Urianger. A malefic aether yet permeates from the crater, remnants of Zodiark most like. Oh, yep, this is the place. This is the place I thought was super pretty because I got a chance to get my map cleared, so feast your eyes on all that is beautiful. The structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amarotin. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh! Most intriguing, a means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long.
Wow. This place is pretty.
I know, right?
This place is really pretty.
Just look at that shit. This place is huge. I only saw it flying around, but I didn't realize how large it actually was.
Wow.
I think the moon is becoming my favorite place. Thank you!
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhere. Somewhere in this giant fucking facility. Nani? Naming ways! Oh, they're like little elephant bodies, I love them! Oh, they're so cute! I want one!
Their expressions, man.
I wonder if Citrica's gonna pop in tonight. Oh, they're so adorable! I just want to take one home.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
I would play as that.
I don't think I'd play as it, but I would love to have a little minion of that one. I would totally rock that minion.
BRB real quick.
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1,243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Aetheris to safety! Our time has come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Aetheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Yes, no, maybe so, no. Oh, they're so adorable. And they got the little bunny ears. They got the bunny fluffy tail.
Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Thank you. Just the way he did. Perhaps. He sounds so conflicted. I just want to see him fanboy over one of them just for a second. Just be like, oh, they're so cute. Come on, Thankred, have a heart. Oh, and the frickin' village theme! The fucking town theme from FF4 plays here! Da 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 da. They must be the Loperites mentioned in the Watcher's records? Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume that one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on, let us be about it. La da 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 da
Can I touch the aetherite? I can.
Camping way. I love it. Trading way.
Oh, there's an aether current.
Fighting way. Hum hum hum. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing way's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris, and that's a promise.
It's an ether current.
Yoink! $161 to the north. La da 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 da. 13 to the north, so it should be really close.
Because I have one 6 yalms to the east, so
43 to
I'm guessing it would have to be below.
Oh, it's either below or above.
Hmm.
It's 38 to the southeast. $17 to the north.
$8 to the northeast. It's got to be above.
Yeah, because I could see the platform underneath. I don't see an aether current.
It's got to be above.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll be back up there eventually. I don't want to kill too much of your time by looking for aether currents. We can always find those later.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this music.
It is awesome.
Me, leader? No. Sleeping way. My job is... perhaps I better ask. They all look alike, so it's hard to distinguish them from one another. What? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Take me to your leader. Were you the one giving orders earlier? Me? Oh yes, of course. As the Elmer around here are capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter. You needn't worry about your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. Goodness me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back towards the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's a large glowing ball at the center if you should find yourselves lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is then. There's the aether current we were looking for.
Yep.
While we wait for Eren, 289 to the east. Alright. Just for shiggles, I'll go take a look real quick and see if it's actually over here or if it's in the next room. Because if it's not over here, then it's in the next room. Just... Alright, this is pretty much as far east as I can go. And it's still 148 to the northeast, so yeah, it's in the next room.
Yep.
Flopping way. And mapping way.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. My name is Livingway, and we are the Lockerites, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Atheris to a brave
Atheris.
new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Atheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration. Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents set you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations. Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further.
Holy shit.
Here, we have Atheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Atheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
Very sad, that!
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected. Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to
I guess the metaphor is lost on you.
Will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly, for one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
Oh god.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we worked to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes kept you on my moon? Hydaelyn herself led you here. You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted?
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, beasts of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
Little baby carrot people.
Oh, confound it all!
We small.
Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
And we're just staring. Ah!
Building Ray, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very...
Oh my god, I love this.
I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3.
This is amazing.
Oh my god.
All of them! Yes, all of them! And but me no buts! See to it with all speed!
Oh.
I feel like we broke them.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
We broke the fucking naming ways. I love it. Oh my god, that was so adorable. Oh my god,
Oh my god.
Oh, we got a chest piece for that. How's it look? Oh, that's not horrible for a healer. Oh, really? Oh, you are just barely better than my chest piece. Ah, fascinating. Alright, I'll go ahead and slap that on real quick. Just barely better.
Ugly looking.
I will be glamoring over it shortly.
The chest? Wonder if it looks different on a girl. Armory, chest. I mean, it looks different on a girl.
Let's see it.
How?
Equip it real quick.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
It's not horrible. The aiming one looks pretty nice. And it is dyeable, so you can always change the colors on it. Right now, right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly! It won't be long before the final days are upon us and all their terrible grandeur, so it's imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there's anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. That should be what they're going to do when they find out about the dragons. And address it we shall. Here at the Best Ways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential from day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. Caratorium?
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna be offered carrots.
She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Atheris rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Loperites and this vessel. Ow!
Bird can't fly.
god, this is hilarious. So, holy shit.
I was waiting for it! Oh, I was waiting for it.
Wow.
Whoops.
It's
This is
so
fancy.
It's so colorful in here. Now there are enemies in here, FYI. I did find that out flying around.
I figure that.
And apparently there's an Aether current 183 helms to the west.
I was just starting to say something, then all of a sudden, all the colors just assaulted my eyes.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Northwest. Yeah, caretaker. How much care do you think he's gonna be taking?
It's up there. Oh, hi guys.
Oh, the music!
Oh, dude!
The music! Da, 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 da. Yes! Da, 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 da.
Oh my god. The moon just became my favorite.
Oh. Oh my god, the change in music just finally gets a win.
Oh my god. The nostalgia hit.
Oh. Jesus. You actually have to work for this.
This was
Really?
not for our size people.
Yeah, they really weren't kidding about it not being made for our size.
281 to the northwest. $81 to the west, or 181 to the west. $125 to the northwest. $74 to the northwest. So I'm going to imagine it's probably... Ah, there it is.
I'm coming. Slowly but surely. I ran into a little fate. It was almost done, so I went pew pew.
It's better to be not on a mount to get up these. Troublesome enough with a mount, without a mount. Jesus. Dear God, man. There's so much wind here, though. Jesus Christ.
Right.
899 to the southeast, so... This is nuts.
I love this place. My mom's
This
like,
is
Flashback
so
City.
good.
The fucking music.
So good.
The fucking battle music for here. And it just seems specifically for this place, because I got in battles outside on the other parts of the moon, and it wasn't this battle music, so it seems to be specific to this area. Which is sad, but... 534 to the southeast, so... I get the feeling it's probably out there. So I think we've probably got all the currents we can in here for now. Because I'm literally at the southeast corner. And it still says 329 to the southeast, so I don't think there's going to be any more in this area.
So, what, go back to the quest guy?
Yep, go back to the quest. And we'll take care of your friend, Eren.
Friend.
Welcome to the Curatorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received, while I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we are all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. But it's not going to be based on outdated knowledge. You open the storage shed to find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots.
Oh God.
Y'all want to pick a different carrot and see what happens?
I grabbed yellow.
Aaron went blue. I'm going to take the ominous crimson carrot. The soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot.
I hate the carrot that I got.
Why?
The blue variety is strangely supple to the touch and smells vaguely of mint.
How about yours, Rayn? Or did you skip past it already?
While it has no peculiar smell to speak of, the yellow variant is unusually light and springy. These qualities, together with its excessive length and girth, would lead anyone to question whether it is indeed a carrot.
Are you certain you wish to eat this carrot? Yes?
Yes? Question mark?
On second thought, you would like to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it is safe to eat first. Show Cooking Way the obscenely long carrot. Length and girth, oh my god.
Where's Synthric to comment on that?
So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? What is this? Oh yeah, it's a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Eat the obscenely large carrot. With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. The carrot is oddly tender, but as you begin to chew, a rich aroma fills your nostrils. A newfound vigor begins welling within you. The rumbling of your stomach, however, suggests it may simply be indigestion.
Okay. You were taken by surprise when blue juices burst forth from the carrot and dribble down your chin. As you take your second bite, you can feel your mental faculties sharpening. Your mind opens to the universe, and for a brief moment, the mysteries of existence are simple, transformative truths. But the revelation is fleeting. When you at last finish the carrot, a sweet yet sour aftertaste lingers on your tongue and the number 42 in your mind.
Alright, Rayn.
You snap off a piece of the carrot, enjoying its crunchy texture. Righteous confidence surges within you, a certainty that you are the center of the universe, that all creation is a story and you are the star beloved and perfect and special. a god worthy of worship and prayer, or at the very least, a second roll of the dice should a second roll of the dice treat you poorly.
Right. These are interesting carrots.
Very interesting carrots, aren't they?
You got the
But
messy one.
I wanted I had a buff. It was called the Philosopher's Carrot.
I had Iron Will.
I had Lucky Carrot.
What do you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The iron carrot can be a bit difficult to digest, but the boost to endurance it promises makes it the perfect meal before a day of heavy lifting. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. You see, we have a carrot for every occasion.
No, we were gonna get nothing but carrots.
These carrots are extraordinary, but what if I don't like carrots? I can certainly see demand for this in Charlian.
I'm going with the third one.
I'm going with the second one.
You're going with the second
Charlian, what in blazes is that?
I'll go with the first.
You don't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Worry not, we have pureed versions on hand if you haven't the time to chew.
So I chose the first one, and they said, then why do you seem so disappointed? If they're lacking somehow, we need to know.
I take it you had too wide an assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Ethris? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you can emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't from the encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, the otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, gerunds, the present continuous verb conjunctions, just the basics. And then we found terms related to our given task and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thou thy kind deem to see such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Ethris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is not but carrots on the menu. Ding, ding.
Oh boy.
Carrots. Oh, I got purple carrot juice.
This is gonna be interesting.
Style to hero. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let us move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. Oh no.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh no. How far down are we going? Way down.
Am I the only one?
Friends.
Ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, my speech to text does not recognize the name of that planet. Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for the task, creation magics. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for her magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized aether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra this we need. Hi, how resourceful. Sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it, when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers, and they'll see to the rest. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Etheris. Goodness me, mapping way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Alright, you were here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? Alright! Rayn, you were here first. Which one are you going with?
I went with simple and functional.
Rayn? Or, Eren?
Bloodlust.
An outfit that embodies your bloodlust, and I guess I'll go with the fashionable and refined ensemble and see if it gives us something different. Because you'll be able to see on my screen what I'm wearing, so we'll be able to see if it matches. Fashionable, right? This will only take a moment.
It's
Nani?
not bloodlust at all. That is the same.
That is the
top
same
that I
thing
have
I'm
on.
wearing.
There we are, all finished. Perfect fit, if I do say so myself. I'll be honest, I know nothing of fashion, let alone fashion on Etheris. But I'll wager no one down there has ever worn anything like this fine ensemble. Perhaps you could start a new trend. Would you look at that? Speechless! And there I thought you might not like it. If you've in mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment change's area of effect. Speak with the restless lapper to restore or prolong the garment change. Oh no. Oh god, it's so... It's a slightly more colorful, like, first piece of gear.
I don't like it.
Either I miss my clothes.
I knew it was gonna be bad. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help? You wish to try my clothes, really? Of course, it'd be my honor. Did you have anything in mind?
Got anything with a little more flair?
I'm looking for clothes with an altogether different design, or surprise me!
It's an altogether a different design.
Did you go with the flare one there, Rayn?
Yes.
I'll go with surprise me. I'll be the victim here. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Oh no!
Yeah, it's the same.
Same outfit, just with leopard print. Some of my best work yet. It's a relatively new concept incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance! Can you smell the carrots? Ah, simply divine. I was worried about how the concept would turn out when put to proof, but it looks stunning on you. When you go and show Living Way, I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. We must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. Please, no, don't make me.
I don't like it.
I'm going.
At least this one's better than the first one.
It is an improvement, but I still don't like it.
I'm gonna murder a rabbit.
But they're cute.
I'm
Can
still
we
gonna.
mount its head at least? Put it in the FC house?
I'm still essentially gonna have to kill it.
I mean, we have to at least keep its head or embalm the whole body and shove it in a clear box.
Why don't we just commit taxidermy and preserve it?
I
Mine, don't we look splendid?
Yeah.
The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon, and we laphorets in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh no!
Oh no!
Everybody?
Wow, you still almost looks like a throwback. Oh wait, I didn't. Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. Jose loves it!
Jose would love it. They don't look impressed.
I think it's past time we return these clothes. We look like old school Power Rangers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was so confident our garments would meet you with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong?
Aww.
The Watcher taught us that in his time everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetheris, they would most certainly have need of your attire. It is clear you've spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous.
Homogeneous.
Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of an inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we memorized every tone we received, I doubt we'd hope to have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, and even when they know they shouldn't. As such a former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Aetheris, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we leave to explore Bestway's burrow unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let us be off then, shall we? And once again, I'm left to my own devices. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm going to ask if we take just a quick little break here because I need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
be right back, folks. Okay, we're back. And thank you for the resub, Chibbles. 16 months, holy shit.
Woot.
You're fine. We're just laughing our ass off. My apologies, I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors coming from Ethris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Ethris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. But wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. Vroom vroom, motherfucker. Oh yeah, we were just laughing our asses off seeing like the bunnies freak out and the carrots.
Oh god, the carrots.
And the clothing.
Oh, the clothing. God, no.
You're here. You're really here. Thank you so much. What should I call you? Strife Eclipse, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Strife,
Crikey!
we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Oh boy. What are we about to witness?
You've been gathering mats and crafting all day? Good for you, Chibbles. Beam me up, Scotty.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Oh no.
You sent me back to the entrance, it looks like.
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really, but the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
Wait, I wonder if that's why fucking the Charlans are collecting all this shit. They're actually like the conspirators with the moon. That's why they're gathering so much.
Moon for yourself. You could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle, thou dost ask. Yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realised the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Tired little bunny. This is making me want to play Final Fantasy IV. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. You can now travel between the upper and lower floors of Best Ways Borough via the teleporter.
New pants.
Not that you can actually see them on my tanks because of the glamour piece I have on. But slightly better stats.
I got optimism.
And side quests! Yay! All's veil that ends veil. It may not seem like it, but we're planning for this a lot longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Atheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. And that's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop on at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look at the Caratorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me.
Did you jump?
No, we took the teleporter.
Oh. I guess that's a smarter option.
I
I'm just gonna jump like an idiot.
mean, you could always break your kneecaps if you want to.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't know.
you're a healer main. You could just replace them.
I mean, yeah, I could.
Good, you're here. Through this door is the greatest Ends Veil. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils. The most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand that people of Matharis enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way! And 3, 2, 1, welcome.
Dang.
I like all the pretty lights.
Aether current 90 miles to the northeast. Found it.
Found it?
Yes, I found the Aether current. Oh, you cheeky bastards. Gonna make me take the long way.
386 to the southeast.
I'm glad I hit 86.
Indeed.
Bing. Bing, bing, bing.
The next one I think is outside.
Yep, 525 to the south, so yeah, that makes sense. Oh wow, the fountain. It's actually really pretty.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't see the forest or the trees.
So what do you think of the forest? Is it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? Couldn't see the forest or the trees. I didn't see any. Wait, you don't mean those crystals out there, are? 'Tis as transcendent as burying your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. Right you are. Our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscapes as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation we decided to use the crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'd find in a forest on Atharis. The fountain here, behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Atharis. Could we maybe... You will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. Growing ways now accompanying you. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. I was thinking, Strife, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. Sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but if it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us, we also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. You guys have been working on this ship for 6,000 years? This one's a little curious. Taste the rainbow crystal. What? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Atharis, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidelin's influence, being that embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Atharis. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them. For example, put simply, the etheric conditions are all ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this is all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was the brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, and when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Atharis to the Allagan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Heidelin informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals, not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spears. Along with the devices fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to convince any of us to call this a forest. Just saying. There's something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Atharis. Why not go and visit Atharas yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find some people on Atharas we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopefully Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like the greatest at Ensvale, I knew it. Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it means a lot to me. And there you are. I take it you've already received the Grand Tour? A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist... We won't be away long, so you're all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who could readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another matter which yet begs for my attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you will excuse me. It is clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Atharas is indeed crucial, but I'm not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections. And I trust I'm not alone in my reticence.
Reticence.
Did Eren seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean? I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I'd said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Yashtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him.
Oh, somebody made a friend.
That was me. But I couldn't keep up with my motorcycle.
Moping way. Reading way and grinding way.
I like me.
I'm a little bit disconcerted about grinding way.
Yeah.
Same.
Guiding
I'm
way.
friends with Reading Way though. He likes books.
I think in some ways it'd be kind of funny if it's like Reading way is like I hate books.
He's sad.
I would be sad, but it'd be amusing for the irony.
Yeah. Fuck off. Thank you.
Ariane appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestway Burrows. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I hope this isn't going to be another track and hide thing.
Please God, no, I hate those.
Nimbus Cloud.
As your adventures off in a mariless storm for reasons known, you must tread carefully. Damn it, Urianger! Follow Urianger from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed or if you fall too far behind.
It's something I might fail.
How is... This is the closest we can get to hidden.
Yeah. I don't like these.
I don't either.
Stealth really isn't my thing.
Why are we stalking Urianger?
Damn it!
Oh, thank God.
Lucky you. I failed.
Don't get caught.
Yeah, Mr. Garrison, no get caught.
Get good, scrub.
You get good.
I completed it.
Oh, well congratulations. We can't all be as great as you. Suck at these.
That's why I said get good.
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way.
You get bad. How about that?
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again.
Yeah, I gathered that much, but what exactly
Was
were
it
you
so
asked?
plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme.
A bit late, but hi, Mama.
Sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her
Can't see me
beloved
behind
daughter.
this rock. You say my name, I'm gonna be mad.
Two souls.
Why
whose
are you
selflessness was
sprinting?
beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest.
I don't know if I need
Protest
to
did
hide
not.
behind this rock. I think
Far
I
from
do.
it. I pushed them. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives. Ones that would not demand such
Good way,
terrible
turn around.
costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction.
Moonbreeder.
Dearest Moonbreeder, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians.
Hey, I did it.
In
Yay.
her hour of need, I did naught.
And less tries than
Dutiful
last time.
disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good.
Oh, hi, Chibi.
Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead,
What a be, Jeeps.
mayhap she would be with us
Chibbles!
today.
Oi!
Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning. One which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save.
So have we made it to your favorite place yet, Chibbles? We got to see the rest of the moon, basically.
But what of those we cannot?
Nope, we still haven't made it to your favorite place,
How
huh?
do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Sometimes there's no right answer. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those you can. Would that we had time to weigh the cost.
Sage counsel indeed.
But I'm an Astra.
I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
Well, it's hard to decipher a lot of the things you're saying, Ariange.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Glowy flower? Glowy flower moment?
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Nani? In truth, my reasons for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. The fear is that big, it's surprisingly that they didn't hear everything. Yet thou standest
I know,
before me
right?
with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy enmity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? Cannot wait to glamour shit back on properly. Okay. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Atharis. To make clear our resolve to the Loperites, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Okay, well, first things first. Fire! Aether current! Aether current! The sooner we can fly here, the sooner our lives will be at ease.
I mean, sooner you guys can fly, because me and side quests.
Do your fucking side quest, god damn it! You don't get to sit there and bitch about not being able to fly when you're to blame for not being able to fly.
I have everywhere but the 2 zones in the previous expansion.
Well, get off your ass and work on it!
I don't like
195
those
to the southwest.
I try to avoid those like the plague.
No, see, and you know what the worst part is? I'm not even gonna help you.
But why?
Because we had to struggle, you have to struggle. we struggled and worked our ass off to get it, especially since they freaking... And we did it before they knocked it down to only 4 Aether Currents.
Not 4 in the previous expansion.
Heaven's Ward...
I'm pretty sure it's still...
No, Heaven's Ward...
Sure...
Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, and Shadowbringer areas are still... are 4 Aether Currents on the map.
Are they?
4 Aether Currents on the map, 5 quest Aether Currents. Did we miss it somewhere?
Oh, well, I'd already gotten all of the stuff except for the Tempest.
Aha! I think I found it. Maybe. Yep. Boom!
Maybe.
There's a crater with a cave in it.
Wait.
This is an interesting place.
Isn't it, though?
Alright, so that means we only have 2 more on the moon surface to find. And the next one is 630 arms to the southeast. So good news is, it looks like it's heading back over to where we need to go, so. But we have to go up this way and cross. Because it looks like there's only one connecting path. Oh, you cheeky bastard. I love the moon, but I hate this fucking stupid complexity bullshit. This one tiny little ass fucking bridge that doesn't show up on the map very well when you zoom out.
Well, at this point, I might as well buy the frickin' bike next paycheck if I can afford it. Because I'm so far behind.
268 to the
My doggo's gonna
southeast.
be tired.
Need to find a way across, which looks like is up here.
It is.
You know, you have your quest still, but there's only 4 on the map now, and 248 to the south.
Ugh.
Oh, I thought you said this looked like it was going in the direction we were going.
Quest.
Still not the direction we were going.
Yeah, quest-wise it was. Looks like we had to go a very long way around.
Oh look, I discovered a new location.
Whoa, okay, yeah, this place is cool.
Oh, that was scary. I saw a DC symbol for a second.
That was me.
Yes.
I was having some sketch out for a second. I was not happy.
I'd panic.
I'm gonna hate
Funny
my life.
because my Switch won't always connect from the room.
Stop
but
it!
My computer does fine.
Well, I'd come for you, but I don't know if I can get over there right now. And the last one, 278 to the northeast.
Like the slowest amount. I guess see it is.
Stop it!
$144 to the north. Found it.
Yeah.
Of course you would. I should just follow you directly.
And that is the last Aether current on the map field. So you should have everything now, Eren. All you have to do is do 5 measly side quests so you can fly. Okay, I had to do that load treatment. What did it miss? Apparently Urianger has been requested by the Lafayette to do something. And he...
Out the laser.
Yeah. And apparently he has a plan that he would now like our help with. Don't know entirely what this plan consists of, and apparently the little bunny people have their own plan. Which
They
is
had
now...
an evil little glint in their eye.
Yeah, one of them did, and so now I'm kind of concerned. Ah, an abundance of Spongai. Reason, excellent. I didn't even get Stormblood until a few months ago, so if I can do it, you can do it, Eren. A chance to spy this aggression when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by Numo, I believe these shall suffice for a gift I would fashion. The magic requires considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation?
I'm gonna need to take a bathroom break.
See, That's the sad part. Because I should have all of them because I've been playing the entire time during the expansion.
You're just lazy and don't want to do the quest.
Yeah. Like, ever since these have come out. I think Heaven's Ward's the only one I've consistently done because I did them with Strife.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't?
Remember?
Did I just, like, bail out on those two?
No, you bailed out on me in Heaven's Ward because you got tired of not being able to spend your tomes of esoterics. So I got left behind, and I think Sev had to help me find them all.
Doing better this time, okay?
Yeah, because I'm taking the time and forcing you to look for them. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This will be a good opportunity to see how Eren is faring.
Okay, so I've just always sucked with Aether Currents.
Eren remains fixated on his work. Alright, so if you can get through this cutscene ring, we'll take a quick break so you can go do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
We're almost done because this is quest number 8 of 10, so...
Okay,
there,
thank God.
tis done.
I actually have a little bit of time to think.
Yeah, because I've been keeping track via class changes that I've had to do, and so... Samurai, Scholar, Sage, Summoner, Warrior, Astro, and I'm on Black Mage. So technically, this is quest number 7 of 10, but we're probably already almost done with it. So, but either way, we're close to the end. A magic ink. Every ounce of Aphasis is crafted by the Pneumo. Rare is the occasion I will conjure mine own, but is nevertheless the most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of my own choosing, which I pray the Loperates will appreciate. Strife, you're on jail, thank goodness. I thought you'd been eaten or had perhaps fallen into a crater.
We jumped into a crater.
Your stroller has been looking all over for you, Strife. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Strife alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loperates. And we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. I need an extra pair of hands before I go and meet with your stroller. No, that won't be necessary. Urianger's help should more than suffice. I'm sure you don't want to risk getting on your stroller's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now, off with you. Worry not, Strife. I shan't be long. I got Stormblood after ages of people yelling at me for not having it when we went to do mats and they had to ferry my ass. Alright. Where are you at? Are you still in... I was gonna say, if you want, you can put me on follow.
I was actually gonna suggest, do you have the car?
Yeah, he has the car.
I'll hop in the car and then I'll go. Alright, I will be back.
Wait, can I just hop in too?
If you hurry up before you're targeted.
Ah, click. Ride. Seat. Go. We going for a car ride.
Driving Miss Daisy.
I mean, at least you have a license. I'm beginning to wonder if you really have a license.
But did you die?
I mean, almost.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Hey, that's my line.
No, your line is almost counts in hand shoes and horse grenades.
Okay, whatever, close enough. You know, you drive like you've never driven on the moon before. Just saying.
You know, I can't say I've had a lot of opportunities to practice. I mean, honestly, you know, I'm a little worried about staying in my own lane right now.
I mean, I think the whole planet ship, is kind of a lane.
Yeah, but I don't want to run over any bunnies or...
I mean, they have an evil glint in their eye, and we still need to take one home. New class, taxidermist.
It got a little dark. It got a little dark. It's one thing that I made the comment of doing like taxidermy to preserve one of them. It's another thing that you want a class so you can do it yourself.
And I can just keep adorable little critters. Or they could do like a Beastmaster Hunter type thing and I could just collect them while they're alive. If I don't have the option, at least let me collect them while they're dead.
God help me. I'm older than her, so if I die, she's gonna stuff me. If I die first. Help me, Chibbles! Let's try if we thought you'd be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I had no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runningway, a companion of Growingways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there any way he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? Well, what's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice, and... no? Well, if it's really that important, you could try using these balls of moose flesh? Not to be confused with the other thing. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd, and when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but it proves effective. He was here in the greatest Endsville when last I saw him, so let us split up and find him.
So you're gonna throw your balls at him.
Alright, so we will take a very quick break here to give Rayn a chance to come back. Yeah, and then we'll come back to throwing our balls at the rabbits. Is everybody back?
Yeah.
Rayn? Rayn is not back yet. Rayn, Rayn, come and play. Ow. I love it. Just trying to kill enemies, standing here and getting my ass whipped, and my loving healer girlfriend is just standing there watching it happen. Hey Eren, can I get a heal before I die?
Oh, I guess.
Oh, too late.
Right when I clicked to use Tetra. My bad. I wasn't looking at the game. I was actually looking. My bad. Wait, come back. I'll give you a regen.
You disgust me, healer. No calm for you.
Good thing this isn't a calm-based situation now, is it?
I take back every calm I've given you.
What? Have you even given me a calm?
Yes?
You're almost always in a party.
I've jumped into parties that you had people abandon.
I live.
Well, that's fair. Oh, you do live.
Oh, thank gods.
Alright, so you get to talk to your stolen, then we get to go throw our balls at rabbits.
Okay.
Search your surroundings for running away. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target running away, and throw the moose balls. Oh, wrong one. It did say he liked to chatter.
Got him.
I threw my balls at the threw my balls
Damn
at the
it.
first one that was running, and it was the wrong one.
Yeah, I realized that there was like one talking or something and I shot the wrong rabbit.
His name is Running Away.
Rabbit.
Obviously, you shoot the one that's running.
Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other leopard around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be more help, but if nothing else, I've got work to do. And I'm off. It was a stall tactic.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it's about to become Wabbit season.
Well, they started off so cute and adorable. I could
They're
find
getting
neither
a little
hide nor
bit
hair
devious.
of him. How did you fare? So, he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it, I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Ranger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Living Ray. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Ranger a hand. Wait, now hold on a minute! It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Wabbit season! Hand gear, eh? Interesting gloves. And more side quests. Hey look, there's 3 that at least offer, or there's 4 that offer up Aether Currents. So all you have to do, Eren, is do those 4 quests, and you've already got almost all of it done.
Oh.
And this one offers up a freaking thing, so there, you'll have all of them. What to do, I promised Living May would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the 2nd floor of the main plaza of the Eastern Wing. Follow me. I suspect the Lawforites are up to something, but if there's aught to be learned on the final days, I think it best we play along. For now, at least. La da da. La da 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 do. Do 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 do. Knocking way. Going up. Well, it's a good thing I'm a bard, because I may have to pluck a few bunnies in the head with an arrow.
I've got my gun at the ready. And Eren can whack them with her staff.
Whack, whack, whack.
The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way, enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us that we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but the moon was to be a perfect paradise for the people of Atharis, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hope you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. Ah, so that's Living Way's game. Run us around in circles, and failing that, lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudge us, Growing. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Atharis and her reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. The people of Atharis will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. Growing way. You make me very, very sad.
Makes you very, very sad.
Bye, bugs. I didn't want to attack the cute little naming waves. They're so adorbs.
But no, they forced our hands.
They made me do it.
They left us no choice. And we must give them no quarter.
Where the hell is this
Second
stupid thing at?
Second floor, Eren.
So I have to find the teleporter?
You find the teleporter or take the long way up via the stairs.
I want to take the stairs. What the hell's the teleporter?
It's where the stair marker is on your map. Good, you're here. We must hurry to Watcher's Palace and find Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come For you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. It is clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing.
Mellifluous? God.
Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Pudding Way.
Pudding Way.
Pudding Way? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy,
Thank God I have
Dear
my
friend of
phone so I can
mine was
continue
fond of
watching you because my
peppering me
internet
with
just crashed.
questions
Oh,
as
Mama
I
Strife.
worked, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own.
I can't even use
What
my
does it
phone
mean
to
to
watch
live?
because it no like me.
After much contemplation, she
Darn
proffered this
two-factor
answer.
authentication.
The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Rayn's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
That flower, how came it into your possession? How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery, even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growing Way and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. Charlian Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
Called it.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Back to the Earth we go! 'Twas a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well. Though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, and all of our fellow scions. When next I return to Atharas, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. The bunnies aren't bad per se. They're just misguided a little bit.
Yeah.
With the Laverites and Urianches capable of hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let us return to the Tower of Babel. Our battle for the star will soon begin in earnest, and we must be prepared. Hey, it's Spectre.
Yep.
I haven't seen Spectre in a while.
Indeed.
Yeah, gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. But we'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I've been throwing pedals at you guys for the past 30 minutes. I'm sorry, I didn't really realize it was you. I didn't look at the name. I'm sorry. To show your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I speak not only of the contingent, of course. The heads of state of every nation must know of what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, and so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, though we may wish to stress the importance of discretion, lest the public be sent into a panic. Not that everyone in a position of responsibility should be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Had to beam. The famous words of a great hippo. Bruh. It's good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, might you tell us what's become of Galamalt in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not possible, to treat them all here, so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the tempered be relocated? No, not at all. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in his company were not harmed in the chaos. Not for Alphino and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Galamalt? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as that you experienced in Thavnair. Those who were trapped within have been rescued and are receiving treatment. To hasten this endeavor, the Beast Tribes have received instruction in the magic needed to cure tempering. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled that Mother Porxia affords her so many visitors. No. Yes, we are grateful for her ongoing efforts and well of those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of the Tempered has been completed. Lucia and I will remain, along with a small force, to continue offering aid to those here in Galamalt. The Empire may be no more, but there are those yet who call these lands home. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Telophoroi? Okay, here we go. Da 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 blah blah blah. The final days. Gods, I prayed your victory would mark the end of our troubles. There is still much we do not know, but the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course. I will send word forthwith. We also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Charlian. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, we will be happy to hear that Mistress Cryle, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Baldessian Annex and given into Tatsu's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way, then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiac, you said Xenos took his leave, and in all likelihood he has returned here to Galamalt. I have in mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. If they found him, they would not likely live to tell the tale. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you will find one. An admirable but futile endeavor. Suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast would be to send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertained the notion. While on the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and his continued use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galivus, outcast and enemy of Galamalt. Fandaniel's no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's not but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better than any army the sea is sated. At any rate, I will not keep you longer. I pray your safe passage back to Charlian. And speak with Crowd about Desian Annex. So, back to old Charlian.
It's been a while.
It feels like it has. It certainly feels like it has. And just out of dumb curiosity, Spectre, in the famous words of a great hippo, bruh, what is that in regards to? I have a feeling I know, but I want to make sure. Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh?
Bruh.
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 It's from the YouTube channel. No, Pants a Hat. I figured that's what it was from. I'm curious as to why you're bringing it up. Welcome back, Strife. I have a hippo meaning. Ah. We were so terribly worried about you. Notice plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that, I apologize. Heidelin called me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate, and I knew at once she required a vessel to carry out her will. What came after feels like a dream barely remembered, my body flowing through the lifestream towards Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of aether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh. For it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. Would that I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world, I am curious to know what else took place there on the moon.
Oh, do I have stories?
Perhaps we should wait for the others to join us before you give your account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Wait at the designated location. I just want to make sure it's not somewhere out here before I trade areas. Okay.
Oh. I see.
Oh boy. And now we're about to fucking set up the stage to rip Charlie in a new asshole. You motherfuckers! Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all, we understand you've been quite busy. Will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though Strife could explain why better than I. Thank you for handing me the floor.
We've been doing a lot of explaining.
God, man. You need some water?
I'm not used to this.
The final days has befell Amarant. And we are to escape via the moon? What of the source and its reflections? I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarant, the solution would be to alter the flow of aether throughout the entirety of the star. The ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population in the doing, but it should go without saying that such a sacrifice cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a fate which even the Amarantians could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mare Elementorum. There's still so much we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. The final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarantians' creations magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum, then. Having worked with the Lofforts in secret all this time, there's surely more they can tell us. Forgive the interruption, but I've urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out. I didn't throw the stream tag because it's not my first stream of Final, but it is our first time working through Endwalker. That's why I'm streaming it and actually paying attention to cutscenes. I wore the wrong jacket. Oh boy.
This music never means anything good.
Nope. Usually has some, like, ill fate attached to it.
I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talofferoi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether.
You don't say.
For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The End-Bearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Because they're a bunch of bastards and can't keep fucking
Calm
shit in public.
yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Releasing the seal that hid the knowledge from them.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself.
Oh boy.
She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared.
Come by the plaza when you're done with the cutscene, if you don't mind.
'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children
and deliver them from this doom. Much like Njunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You revealed this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
Yeah, no shit.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat.
I don't like where this is gonna go, I really don't.
We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
And this couldn't be said when you knew before the final days are upon us because... yeah, right?
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Keep it civil, eh?
I may look daggers at him, but I will neither speak nor draw
them. If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Can I slap you across the face, please?
Wisdom of Sharlayan? We have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people. many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably sell for your wisdom, Father? It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested.
Yeah. Translation. If he wasn't a dick, he would say something nice for once.
Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the annex, to prepare for tomorrow.
Alright, so come by the plaza when you're done with the cutscene. Where are you at, Spectre? I'm in instance 3, I think. No, instance 1, so. Instance 1. Yeah, there you are. Ah! It's a hippo! Just got me a new minion. Let me go wrap this quest up so I can wrap up stream, because Rayn's got to go to bed here soon, so. Thank you for the minion, though. I mean, I'm not as much of a minion whore as my roommate is, but I'm not going to say no to a minion either. crowd tells me the Forum made a rather momentous announcement, so there's to be a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val, the realization, the running, the mixture of relief and regret after. Why me, I asked myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here, and we'll get through this together. And who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. There's no harm in praying for as much. But enough of my rambling. I'm sure you're exhausted. Your chamber awaits. Now, what is going to happen to close this out? Because I think that was the last quest. More interactions with people, maybe an appearance by Heidelin. Another creepy vision. A visitor has come knocking at your door. Whoever could it be? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alice? I wonder if that actually...
It does matter. I suspect.
I wonder if it's one of those where, like, depending on who you think it is, that
Craving a
person
bit
actually...
snack, were you? I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this
Who did you pick, or have you gotten to that part?
Funny part is, I picked Alize as well.
Damn it! There's no way to confirm. Shit! I'm gonna have to go back and watch that scene and see if there's any changes to it. Alright, and did Graha show up at your door, or was it Alize? Ah, so it does change based on whoever you call out for.
That's good.
Ah, that's okay. I'm comfortable with Alize.
I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least, and one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, it wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
So many things I could say to that one, but I'm going to keep them to myself. It is worth rewatching the scene with each of the characters. They all say something different to a point. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm just not going to do it on stream. So. Short while earlier in the Alamegan Quarter. Earlier, okay. So in Lisa's neck of the woods. Uh-oh. This has got ominous... Oh, hey, there was a run in the dancing instructor.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Where's gonna be the
Yes,
freaking
about contingent, more like.
cliffhanger for
With
the
this,
next
they
set?
fought their way into Garlemald and top of the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Nani? Meanwhile, in Ishgard, there's the Dark Knight instructor.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance.
Sigmund or Siegfried?
Oh, what have we here?
Uh-oh.
Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat has abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Because we're only at the halfway point in the game and it's pretty much guaranteed to happen. The fuck did you just do, mate?
All that tells me is we're going back to Thavnir soon.
Yeah. And the music around here has changed, which I'm kind of not happy about.
Yeah. It's only in here, though.
Yeah. And yep, Sky is Aflame, level 85. Now I do know that the very first quest of the 85 quest line is going to supply us with either a dungeon or trial. There's something attached to it, but I didn't look further. I think the symbol was dungeon, but I don't know. I don't clearly remember. So, but yeah, so we are through the 85 quest line. I got plenty of side quests to do and grinding to do, although ironically enough I somehow managed to like screw up in the best of ways and I already have a class at 85, so yeah, that'll be fun. And now we have access to other areas of the moon, so now I can actually do both sets of hunts, so that'll greatly help. So I will hopefully get on this quickly and hopefully get this caught up, so this way maybe by like next Tuesday or something we can have another go at this.
Because this just keeps getting good.
I need to add you in the game. Yeah. hopefully we'll be able to jump back to this on Tuesday, especially since, like, you know, halfway point, you know, shit's about to freaking melt down. So, hopefully we will back at this very, very shortly. In the meantime, tomorrow I will be back with, I will be starting the Evil Within DLC tomorrow. The Assignment, which is the first part of 2 stories involving Kidman. And hopefully that'll answer any leftover remaining questions that we may or may not have. So, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, thank you all for sticking around and hanging out and hopefully having some fun and watching our laughing and hearing our freakouts of the adorbsness of the bunnies. It was very nice. So, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you, and you know, I hope I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, let's go ahead and say goodbye to Rayn and Eren. Bye, Rayn.
Later.
Bye, Eren.
Bye.
And we will hopefully see you guys. If we can get to this earlier, we'll try for earlier. But based on everything, this, that, and the other, I don't think it'll be before then. So if we can get to this earlier, we will. But hopefully, for sure, we'll be back by Tuesday. So in the meantime, if you guys are gaming right now, and I know at least Spectre for sure, somebody is for a fact. Remember to game hard or go home. And if you're already at home, just remember to clean up when you're done. That's all I ask. Simple, tiny, tedious request. And when we got the final days coming down, and I mean, I realize all your evidence of all the dirty things you do alone by yourself in the room while staring at inappropriate pictures on the Rule 34 page of Reddit is just gonna fade away into nothingness, but I mean, come on. Have some self-respect in your final days. Come on. Seriously. Don't be like my roommate. And until tomorrow, guys.
Have him under the bus.
Well, he's asleep right now, so he's not going to be able to defend himself. I am not a crook. Until then, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.